So, the wonderful Fairy Tail community, we have another Fairy Tail spin-off, and with the additional or bonus of we're going to be talking about not one, not two, not even three. Could it be the fourth magic number? Yes, we're going to be talking about 4 chapters of the brand new series, which is the one that was the most curious out of all of the spin-offs because of the history between it, or the author behind this one. Definitely this is the one that took my most curiosity, of course, apart from the sequel manga itself, 100 Year Quest, and that is the Happy spin-off. Now, if people know what I've been talking about with Happy's Grand Adventure, then you know that the author of this series is the creator of the, pretty much no other way to say it, but the copycat manga, or at least the series that took heavy influences from Fairy Tail, Buster Keel. Now, since that last video, I've got a little bit of feedback about Buster Keel and some of the stuff that's actually gone down on it. I've only read the first 2 volumes of content, I would say. That's probably as far as I got with that series, but I heard it did eventually kind of go in its own direction after a while, and like it took a lot of heavy inspiration. And from what interviews from when like they were like now talking, when this series was now about coming out, there were pictures with him and Mashima, and like with some of the stuff that he was saying, he's like he is clearly a huge fan, so a lot of stuff. But the main girl in Buster Keel is just identical with stuff with like Lucy. Like she has the same fucking past, like same like sort of history, like how Keel and Natsu act, and then there's that other dude as well that's like looks like Gray but who isn't. Like there was some like a bunch of weird stuff. So the question is, what has he brought up to the table then when it comes to these 4 chapters? What is with this weird premise that this is going to be a happy, heavy focus? What's with the furries and like that's going on? And this series, is so weird. Like it's just this weird little thing. I can say this with all certainty. You do not need to like fully invest yourself in Happy's Grand Adventure. They're like, oh, but I'll explain the synopsis to you anyway about what's happening in the current 4 chapters. So it starts off with Natsu and Happy having their casual day, just kind of like enjoying themselves, doing like a mission or coming back from there, like kind of complaining a little bit, you know, Lucy's, you know, she's giving us shit, she's kind of giving us a little bit of flack. And then they encounter, which is no better way to describe it, the moon from Majora's Mask. It's just this weird fucking face that they emerge, and it swallows Happy up and like blows away Natsu, and he's like, no, Natsu, please, no! This then takes Happy to some other world / dimension where it's all animals taken over. He pretty much goes to the land of furries, where there's like there is a guard, like a police dog there, like there's like this all kinds of people. There's a little rabbit girl, like, which through these chapters finding out that he is this prophesized hero, like after all this time that they heard that he was going to be this grand, like a little like hero through these tales that they've heard that he like. They like, especially as well that they gave him like this thing, because like originally like the second chapter is him more kind of to sort out what the hell that's going in there, because everyone describes Happy as a hero, and that like that animal with blue hair and white wings, like a brave hero, will save like the people of Anima from like calamities, and they're gonna lead them into a virtue of happiness. And not only that, they give him this thing called a smile, like this little heart thing that like gives experience, all the things that he does. So at the moment, a lot of people are predicting that the more good deeds that he does and the more things he helps around this place, he will eventually get enough to kind of help around or like and actually get back home. Because like one thing that I thought was kind of cool was like there is a bunch of like references through a lot of these chapters. Like I was seeing like through like you get to see kind of like his own interpretation of Natsu. Like you look at like how he looks like with Keel and all them, and it's like his Lucy looks a lot like the girl from Buster Keel, Lavi. I think that's her name. I think it's Lavi that is her name. But you can definitely see his own like difference of style on there, like compared to like how it interprets like everyone else on there. Interesting enough though, the only characters that you see is like Natsu, you see Lucy, Wendy, and Elfman. Like Elf, he's just a random pig. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure the big elf. And there's other references, like one that caught me is like when he was helping this little bunny girl who like who's like really sick and like gives her a dream to like explore outside, and there's a huge reference to Rave Master in here where it's like she references these old heroes and all that, defeating like evil and monsters, and you see Haru there with Blue, and I'm like, yo, my boy. I'm like, that's interesting. Where it's like, so I know it's just a reference, like it's not gonna be like Haru and Blue just came to this world and just decided to screw, but a man can dream, all right? A man can like dream about like his one of his favorites old series like that. I want to see some like cool shit with that. But definitely like where this leads up to is kind of the first real story where we get another girl who is a flirty fox thief named Luna, who there's a weird little kind of a comedy with her, because at first she's like, oh, so that's the Lord Hero Happy, huh? I wonder if he's gonna save me. Approaches him. She's very like, if anyone's seen Lupin the Third, like that she's very. A lot of her archetype is coming from like Fujiko Mine. She's like the femme fatale. Like she's the one who normally uses like her wits, and also as well like she flirts around with people and all that to kind of get her way that she wants. Like she's that kind of character where she's like, she'll use anything, and we get to see that she's after this like little special kind of trinket that's going around from this weird gorilla thing. Like it was this like baboons gang, and it was like, well, we need to go and find this, and apparently this is belonging to her father, like this whatever this baboon like goes out, and she's pretty much like after it, and it's like, please like help me and all that, like, you know, this help, and like she's like, please Lord Happy and all that, and it's just like, I need you to help. Like I felt the funniest thing about like, at least with that when it came to these chapters, is that she's trying to be like calling Happy a pervert, and it's like, oh, you were looking at my boobs, and she's like, he's so numb at this point by just staring at Lucy. He's like, no, once you just spend like a couple of months with Lucy, you just get turned off by that. She's like, boobs don't do it for Happy anymore. He needs next level kind of stuff if he wants to get like done by this cat girl. Which like at the end of this and all that, when we see like the goddess smiling, like she like reveals that she's a thief, and she's like kind of been playing Happy a little bit, which then you find out this dude's a fucking luchador wrestler, which I was like, alright, so welcome to Lucha Underground with the baboons. So we're gonna see him going on the top ropes, and especially I like that like there was one color page where it's like, it was just that, it was a wrestling match, and like you saw some of the things that they were doing, and I'm like, sure, why not? That was cool and everything. And they're like, why not? And overall, it's like, you know, Happy was like giving like a nice little speech, and he was protecting Luna, even though he kind of like did it dirty and everything, and like that one ended where it's like they escaped and they got a smile, but it's this weird baboon thing. Like, what I'm basically trying to fucking say with this series is like, okay, it's a bunch of random ass shit happening right now, and there's no real progress at the moment in the first 4 chapters, apart from Happy's in a new world, he got fucked over by the moon from Majora's Mask, so we've got to find Skull Kid and try to fix this mess. And right now, it seems like Happy has to do a bunch of good deeds in this world to seemingly get back, because he got experience, and we don't know. The art style is weird, like, I will say that much, like that. Like, definitely, I think the Kill Guy's art is a little bit weird, jagged, especially his take on characters, and plus as well, everyone's a fucking furry in this world, which is weird, because, like, obviously, the difference was, it was just the Exceeds, but you're seeing other characters right now, and it's like, just for like a little thing to know about me, I'm not like if that's what you're into, cool. That you do you. But furry thing, I've never really understood it for the most part, so I'm kind of a little weird at, like when it comes to this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's a fox with tits. Like that's just pretty much what I'm saying. That I'm like, like I mean, whatever. Like for the most part, but it's a weird story for the most part. Like, is it in any way and all that a must read? No. I would say this is like just a weird little side story where it's like, here's Happy becoming a hero, and it's like, if Happy is like one of your favorite characters and you want to see like a weird take where it's Happy has to take care of everything himself because he was pretty much just the transport for like the entire thing. I want to see if he's gonna have anything else, because so far like we haven't seen Happy use his wits really at all. He's just mainly just kind of dashed out. He's a like pleased one like sick girl who turns out then she's like, oh, I'm not really sick, I just had to have like dental work. It's like it's a mixing of a lot of comedy in this series and like little short stories so far, and it's seemingly looking like that Luna and Happy are going to be main character, like she's going to be staying around for a while, whether or not the same one, because like the first color page that you see is like with this weird moon thing, you get to see that Luna's one of the main characters that you get to see like roaming around. But it's weird, it's fine. I'm not going to be like super duper excited every week to go talk about it, but I will say this much now, because I'll let you guys, if you want me to keep talking about this series, then sure, why not? I mean, it's more fairy tale stuff, and then like it's fun. It'll add an additional week, but definitely it's like I have got Eden Zero right now. I've got like the sequel going on right now. The anime is coming out like in a couple of months with the addition of like just more material just going on, more and more like just happening on there. It's just like, yeah. I just hope at this point and all that it isn't just franchise fatigue I'm feeling when it comes to this, where it's like the series has ended and now they just pushed all this stuff on the door. But it was fine, and there wasn't a part where I was like, can we just get this over? It was like, it was fine. I just don't know if I'm the main demographic audience for this series. This is more meant for like, if you just want more and like, hey, you love Happy and you just want to see like him in a furry world, then sure, why not? But it was weird. It's definitely a weird thing, and I can guarantee that the City Hero one, whenever that comes out, that's probably just not even going to be for me. That's just going to be some goofy. That's just here's some antics with a fairy tale skin on it, and this one is just a weird side world that's like, hey, here you go. I did like some of the stuff so far. Like, there's not a lot to say about like Luna and like the rabbit girl, like Ul. I think her name is Ul or something like that. Like, I can't really remember, but so far we've got a general plot and premise, and like the pacing so far has been fine for most of the first 4 chapters that have come out. But whether or not it goes, it's not going to go anywhere serious. Like, he's going to deal with like little puzzles and conundrums and try and save these people, and then he's going to be a hero, and he'll be like, no, but the thing is, like, no one will ever know, because like people will be like, Happy, you're just pulling your antics and all that. Like, no one believes you that you went to this other world where a bunch of weird furry people are. So overall, it was fine. Like, I honestly didn't mind it. I will say this much: if I don't talk about more of the chapters, then I will probably pick up the volumes when they come out, and I'll do them that way. Which will be weird, owning like Buster Keaton stuff. Oh man, it's still weird that the artist decided to come and do a work on a fairy tale project. It's like a weird dimension that we've entered for the most part. But yeah, it was fun, and like he has a very weird art style as well. So like definitely it's very much changed since like early Buster Keaton. So I was very shocked. I was like, oh shit, he's actually his art really reminds me of the Seven Deadly Sins author. It really reminds me of his like some very early chapters of like Congo Bancho. Like, it really like with some of the character faces and everything, it really reminds me of like how that's sort of done. But I'm very curious, like, what you guys thought about this. What did you think about Happy's grand adventure? Like, so overall, let me know what you guys think. That's all from me though. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.